alternative.
Hello, everyone. We are live, and today we're going to be talking about the Series 3 final episode of the Orville. Hashtag renew the Orville, everyone. Do you all agree with that? Yes, very good.
Season 3?
Tree, yeah.
I hate you so much, Brady Specs.
The environmentalist season, yes. Season tree.
Followed by followed by season bush. Yeah, followed by season bush and season drought.
Apparently, if I say 44, it sounds like I'm saying 44. But so future unknown. Okay, everyone here, we all have our own opinions, and it's just mine that are valid, as is with every stream. So Dalek, what did you think of the episode?
What do I?
That sums it up, huh?
It was a. It wasn't all. It was pretty damn typical for most of the most of the other episodes in this season. It was
That's
soap opera. It was soap opera. It was cringe. It was boring, and some of it was really, and the whole thing with that girl from that. That girl from that planet with all the
from the social media planet.
Yeah, her. That everything with her was really just felt really forced, and God. I mean, it wasn't all bad. I did actually get a few laughs out of it, and there was one moment at the end, which I was very happy about, because, and I'm sure you can guess what that moment was.
The egg sandwich?
No, not the sandwich. Not that stupid sandwich.
Dude, if I could have sandwiches just appear to me, like
I was delighted to see Alara come back.
Yes. Okay. So just to show.
Wow, that was nice.
Now, Lara did have a little bit of a different style to her when she came back, which I do approve of.
Oh, good lord.
I think you got the wrong image up, Raven.
There we go. Guys, do you recognize something, though, about Alara? She's dressed like her mother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's just their planet's fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. Also, what do you guys think of the dress uniforms?
I think they look sharp.
I like them a lot. Yeah, I like the color stripe on them.
I like them. I like the dress uniforms, but they better be walking around with.
Yeah, you were saying, Specs?
I'm just saying they better be walking around with like cosmic shout pins.
But Specs, you were saying.
I like that the pants are not white. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
I like them as dress uniforms. I wouldn't want them as a regular everyday uniform.
Yeah, that would suck.
I think the pants need to be white to make
it.
No,
yeah,
it adds contrast.
Yeah. If they had white pants, it would look almost too navy to me, and they don't have covers and everything. So I mean, but yeah.
But so the beginning of this episode, I will admit, was cheesy, but I did burst out laughing at the. So Clyden and Bortus decided to renew their marriage vows, and
that was great. That set up for a great line later too.
Yeah,
that was so awful.
I
Revan?
just really, yes.
You asked Dalek his general feeling, but not the rest of us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm wondering why.
Because you're here.
So doesn't care about
I'll just leave.
No, let me get rid of you. Wait, come back. I'll sacrifice Dalek to bring you back.
Yeah.
No, but
Revan would ask
no,
John's
Don't you dare!
sacrifice Dalek.
Revan would
Okay,
ask John's beard how he feels, but not John himself.
Yeah, John's
Sounds
beard.
about right.
How does the beard feel?
I think the beard was relatively pleased with the episode, and so was I.
Okay. Darren, what about you, bud?
I thought it was a nice bow. I did,
Yeah.
and to end on and you know, it was treated like this. They filmed it like a series finale rather than a season finale.
Yeah.
You know, having Laura back and all that kind of stuff for that wedding, and then having it be a feel good. You know, some of my favorite episodes of Star Trek have had weddings in them. You know, including and especially You Are Cordially Invited over on Deep Space Nine with Worf and Dax's wedding. And this had a lot of that in it. I also will say that I liked that Kelly showed social media planet girls. I forgot her name. You know, on Star Trek, they explain why they have a prime directive, but she actually shows her.
Which was brilliant. I absolutely love that.
And it had a pretty good jump scare. I actually jumped when they're panning across the ruined cityscape, and this monster jumps out at the camera.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Zombified monster creature. That hit it home for me. And
you guys think that is shown to cadets going through the program as a way of saying don't screw with
that would
That
would be incredibly
wise. Pre-made
wise.
program, and that's probably a good reason to make it.
Yeah. Bird, what did you think of the episode?
The first time I watched it, I was really disappointed in the episode. I thought it failed as a season finale, and it failed worse as a series finale. But then I watched it again today, and I was less disappointed. To the point that I think I might have moved it to an average episode quality. I still think they should have done better for a season series finale. I definitely did not get the idea that it could have been a series finale.
No, this did not feel like the show was wrapping up at all.
Yeah. So
it kind of left it open-ended, like if they kind of left it open-ended, like if the show has to wrap up because they don't get renewed, at least they ended off on a high note. That kind of thing.
But Bubba,
don't call me that, Thomas. Thomas Potts is calling me Salty O'Prey 5 in the chat.
Now Thomas, don't you be salty now. We wouldn't want to be like salty trekkers here. Bubba, what did you think of the episode?
Oh, I loved the episode overall. Now, I will admit, what I love about this show is that when it gets cringeworthy, like that first scene was, they at least play off of that cringe. They don't just take it seriously like the rest of the crew is cringing with us. That was absolutely wonderful. And I also thought they fell asleep. Like, if I'm being completely honest, I thought they fell asleep and everybody else was like, that was, as far as everything else goes,
I have this personal theory about them. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, and I'll say this one time, I absolutely need to see a movie that wraps everything up. All we need are the mushroom spider people and Anaya, and them to have to save the Krill homeworld, and then I'm good. That's it.
Well, remember, guys, # renew the Orville.
Absolutely.
I really hope that this isn't the last episode of the Orville, because if it is, I would think, what a disappointing way to end it. Why couldn't episode 9 have been the finale? Why did they show this last?
Dalek, actually, funny thing about that. Yeah, funny thing
Almost-
about that, Dalek, is
It was almost movie length too. It was almost movie
Yeah.
length this episode. Yeah,
but
This episode or
last
episode 9?
this one.
both of them actually.
Yeah.
But last season, Dalek, my friends, yes, I had friends at the time who I was watching the Orville with. They actually said that they would have put the Mocklin attack as the 2-part season finale instead of the time travel episode, and put that in the mid-season instead, like switch the places. But Darren, you were saying you have a
Do you mean the Kalon attack?
yes, sorry, yeah, the Kalon attack. But Darren,
that
you were
was-
saying you had
that got
a
confusing
Mocklin
when you
theory.
said Mocklin.
I've had this personal theory about the Mocklins for a long time
Jimmy,
that they're
1
actually
second.
that-
I'm just going to introduce Tokyo Trekker.
Okay.
But Darren, continue on.
Tokyo.
Hey,
I've had
everybody.
this theory for a long time that the Mocklins are actually a stealth conservative mockery of the gay lifestyle.
Oh yeah,
It's just
Yeah.
great
I
seeing.
mean, it's in the name
Go ahead.
Mocklin too. I mean, that's why they're called Mocklins. But in the show, in the context of the show, they tell us that look, this current arrangement they have, where the genders are separated and that and stuff, is not their natural state. That they got to this way, and apparently somehow through science they're able to have their quote males lay eggs and produce offspring. So
hey, Tim Profit. I nearly said Tim.
They
Time
don't-
Profit.
they don't explain how that works. I mean, Gorilla's Random Thoughts mentions, I did not need to see 2 400-pound Mocklins running around in thongs
Yes.
trying to have butt
Okay.
sex.
Yeah.
We don't know
Yes.
what
I
they do.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly. I didn't need to
Yeah.
see it either. Thank you.
but I was thankful they were in fact wearing thongs. And but what I thought was funny was when I looked at them, like I realized that those 2 actors are actually covered from face to foot.
Oh, I would also
in
like
a prosthetic suit.
Orville.
It's a
It's
Hey,
Orville.
PJ.
Hey,
Hey,
PJ.
PJ.
Hey,
Welcome.
gentlemen.
PJ.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite, Potato.
Yeah, the Mocklins weren't
buddy.
actually naked; they were just wearing naked suits. The
Yeah.
actors were anyway. So we weren't really looking at naked men, but
Wasn't
that's the
me.
idea.
When they were running through the
Well,
forest.
technically, no.
The
Yeah,
characters
wasn't-
were almost naked, but the
Yeah.
actors weren't. Yeah.
But wasn't me when they were running through the forest? Did they seem out of shape to you?
All
Like-
Mocklins have guts.
Well,
I mean-
Clyden definitely.
Yeah, like
yeah.
especially towards the end, like when Klein got close to the camera, you could nearly hear him huffing and puffing as he was running along.
I think that was the point, though. Yeah, I thought him throwing the boulder was a nice touch, but
Yeah.
I still love that line. Like that whole thing, that whole awkward exchange was worth the line. That wasn't a wedding; that was a sexual assault.
Yeah.
the whole thing was worth that one line. But nothing beats. So on a are you more? Just to gauge this, are you more upset about the Kalon invasion or this? Oh, this by a long shot,
Yeah.
definitely this. My brother gave me such a look.
That was so. Tokyo,
When-
what did you think of this episode?
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll get back to you in 1 second.
No, it's
Aaron,
fine.
you just-
Not a problem.
Tokyo.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yeah, sorry. Hold on. Let me talk the language you understand.
He's sleep deprived, so
Yeah, you gotta speak my language.
Yeah.
Overall,
I did
unlike
not
the
got
doctor,
it.
I do not speak baby.
anyway,
No, Dalek understands. He's an anime fan. What that means.
Yeah.
But you were saying Tokyo.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot lacking in this episode, and I am in the vocal minority about this. I'm not ashamed to say it. There's some loose ends that needed to be tied up. That this being a series finale, for all rights and means, until we hear otherwise, should have been tied up. But that being said, it was incredibly hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah.
this was.
Okay,
Random
Robin.
thoughts.
Robin. I brought up that you didn't ask everyone what they thought,
Yeah.
so that triggered you to ask everyone what they thought, but you skipped me.
Wait, did I? I literally thought I asked you before, John.
You did not.
Yes, my peer.
What did you think?
I think you're a poor host.
I've got COVID. I'm sick. Have pity on me.
He plays the COVID card.
I did like the episode. It wasn't an action-packed one like last week, but it didn't have to be. Every episode doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to accomplish great things or solve great mysteries or end great conflicts or anything of that sort. This was just a nice character piece. I enjoyed it for what it was. And I purposely think they didn't wrap up all these loose story threads for one of two reasons. Either they will have a season 4, or they want to leave it open for like books or comics or video games or things of that sort. A movie. I'd rather not have a movie.
No,
they may go that route, but I would rather have season 4.
Yeah, go season 4.
Movie length.
Then a movie. Season 4, then a movie.
A movie. All the episodes in this season were almost movie length
exactly,
anyway.
Dalek.
I love
PJ,
that.
What did you think of this episode?
I think this episode is fucking awesome. I think
there we go.
I think it was very appropriate. They experimented a little bit. With having the big bang on the penultimate episode, and then having this kind of just kind of like tying up a lot of loose ends for the season. And
the only loose end they tied up was that freaking sandwich.
Well, like a lot of they did more than that.
There's more than that. I mean,
Claire,
they left things
Claire
open.
yelling at John was perfect. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I did like that. I did like that too. Yeah.
They felt it felt like they'd leave some open doors. They actually opened a few doors with the whole La Sala thing, bringing her back.
That's her name, La Sala.
Why did they bring her back? That was so pointless.
Well, because
Charlie died. I guarantee you they own.
Yeah. They're obviously going to go somewhere.
Well,
with her, I think.
That actress is
Charlie's
so similar to the chick that played Charlie. Like I feel like that was just kind of a, since we ain't got Charlie, we'll bring her back for an episode kind of thing.
Let's let Orville Nation finish this thought.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty much done. I think they're I understand what you're saying, Dalek. There are things that were left open, and they opened up a whole new door with certain things. So I think it's very clear to me that there's season 4. Season 4 is coming. They would not have made the big spectacle they did at Comic-Con if it wasn't coming.
Like that, at Comic-Con, and even so, Dublin Comic-Con is on over here, and this weekend. And my friend, she's up in Dublin right now, and she said that there's like Orville signs in Dublin Comic Con, and they're expecting 65,000 people to pass through the doors this weekend.
Did you guys see the clip that was released on Talking Orville? They shut the lights off on the bridge.
I did see that.
Yeah, he said it was an after credits scene, but I mean it wasn't in the credits. It's a maintenance guy, like a janitor, vacuuming the bridge, and then there's nobody on the bridge, and then he leaves the bridge. He comes back, he looks around, he shuts the light switch, the lights go off on the bridge, and he walks away. And I mean,
although the computer monitors were still on.
Yeah, the computers were on, but the overhead lights.
Can I just say something? So each episode is filmed in a lot, on a studio lot, in a studio space. Those spaces cost some money. Now, let's say, as I do believe, just say that they are getting a season 4, right? We don't know how
Yeah.
long it'll be until season 4 actually comes out. It could be a year, it could be 2 years until season 4 does come out. So you have to figure how much money are they going to lose by having a unused set still standing. They didn't say it was destroyed. Just because it's taken down don't mean it's destroyed. Because what can be taken down can be put back up.
Actually, we're
Yeah.
going to get confirmation this weekend on that. Hopefully on Sunday, when we talk to Brandon Fayette. But I think they're still up. To be honest.
Yeah, find out if they struck.
I
that
heard
or
they
not.
took
Yeah.
him down. They struck him.
Well, hopefully
Well,
we'll get confirmation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some of
hopefully.
that information probably came from Reddit too. So I'm
It
not
can also
sure
be
the
reassembled
validity of
once
that.
struck down, but yeah.
True.
I mean, they
So-
did take down the Discovery sets from season 2, and they put them back up for season 3.
Well, just
I'm
to
sure
let, I
there's-
mean, go ahead.
I'm sure there's plenty of companies in Hollywood that make good, they're really good at taking down sets and putting them
Yeah.
back up.
Yeah, the battle bridge on TNG was struck every time it was used. It wasn't left standing, but they would often use components of it to create other bridges. So
True.
you kind of give that.
So
idea.
if there is, whether there's season 4 or a movie or whatever, let's all address the little green blob in the room. So I was very, very
Last
proud of
week-
the way that they stretched Yaphet. Because for the final 3 episodes they used restocked, or like they used backstock voice for him and everything. I want them to give him a nice sunset ending. I don't I feel like the character has been dynamic enough that he deserves something meaningful. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, but I've said this every time it's brought up. In my humble opinion, as a potato, that what they should do is they've already added it in that Yaphet should split.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, come on! Let the new Blob character be played by Wanda Sykes. You know how freaking hilarious that would be.
I'm actually hoping for Bill Burr.
Oh, that would be cool.
What would be hilarious, because PJ knows so many, is if PJ actually voiced one of the Blobs.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you would want that, but there is another option here too, that they have the technology now to continue Yaphet even using Norm's voice, and maybe that's a tribute that they want to do to him to keep him around, and it also might give his family some continued income. So
that would be cool. But hear me out. My fiance just brought up something great. What if Weird Al played the voice of the new Blob character?
That
would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Weird Al's not
Let
known
him
for his
sing.
voice. He's known for his parodies, but he's not known for his voice.
Dude, Weird Al has been doing a lot of voice acting for the last 6 years.
Okay. So is Seth MacFarlane. I could totally see him doing the new voice of whatever Yaphet's replacement
One of
is,
the
too.
one of the voices could literally just sound like Peter Griffin.
Dude, stop reading my mind.
I
was just gonna say that.
For Stewie.
By the way, did anybody catch the that Easter egg during the season 2 finale when they said that there was a Captain Griffin in control of the Orville, like in charge of the Orville during the Kalon attack? That cracked me up.
So back to this episode.
That was a nice touch.
Just poor Topa having to look at what her dads did to each other. So we learned during this episode that Isaac decides to get married to Claire. Right? Although I'm going to say this, her dress was stunning.
Oh yeah. The emissary of the wife of the emissary of the prophets dressed very well that night.
Yes, she did.
Am I the only one that liked the other dress better?
Yes.
The first one, right?
Yes.
I agree with Jeff.
Gallic,
they were both
you were going to say
I agree with
something?
that too. They were both great.
Well, yeah.
What was that, John?
I was just gonna say that. Isaac proposes to Claire, and then the whole rest of the episode goes from there.
Yeah. So when Isaac prepares, he goes around and he asks the computer for different species and different things like this, their whole take on marriage and what they do. And then he asks Lamar for advice, and Lamar's a dick.
We saw that
Gives
coming.
him
Lamar,
One way to put it.
Gives him single man advice. He doesn't give him any other kind of advice.
Yeah.
Advice than other what he would give. I mean, yeah.
but Isaac then goes and asks Kelly to have sex with her, and she's like, "Hi, how are you?"
I wouldn't call Lamar a dick. I would just say it. Well, I mean, he's supposed to be a genius as an engineer, but at the same time, when it comes to relationships, he's a complete idiot. That's all I'd say.
There's a reason why he's not married.
Yeah.
So.
But what did you guys think of this whole like little comedy bit of like Isaac just, and then what happened with Lamar afterwards, getting his ass handed to him? Like
that was funny when she walks into engineering and screams his name and he's up on the catwalk or whatever. That was pretty funny.
Every single son on the planet got flashbacks to their mother screaming their name.
John Lamar.
And is that even the first time? No, it's not the first time they've ever done a scene together, but it is one of their more memorable ones, obviously.
It is.
Yeah.
I think the comedy fits the show, but professionally, she should have took him into his office or something.
I don't think she was.
I
don't
didn't really believe it didn't fit with her character to do it that way.
I feel like the public. I feel like the public dressing down though. Well, she's a mother and a soon-to-be wife. She's and let's not forget the whole reason Isaac ended up bonding with her and her kids to begin with was because John wasn't able to go on that trip with them. So they kind of imply that she's kind of a surrogate mother to him anyway.
You're also forgetting one thing. She's also his subordinate. He's actually ranked above her.
Plus,
that also made it funny.
I know that Orville is not based off of the U.S. Navy the way Star Trek is. I mean, even
wait,
TNG
hold on. Are you saying that the Federation is a military?
No, hear me out. I know that our Orville is derivative of TNG, whereas TNG, of course, as a Starfleet ship was derivative of the Navy, but on ships, particularly like for example mine, right? We had one hospital corpsman, and his full title was independent duty corpsman. Because you can't have, for example, let's say an admiral goes to a base clinic for his physical, and the corpsman says, tells him to drop trow, right? Well, you can't have the admiral going, well, since I'm an admiral and you're a little E4 prick, I don't think I'll be dropping trow today. You can't have that. He's when it comes to medical things, the corpsmen have the ability to override rank. And give medical orders to people. So there's an actual interesting relationship that the medical staff on a ship have versus the rest of the crew. And when Claire walked in there and started chewing him out, it reminded me that like on my ship, the corpsman could chew out anybody on that ship. Didn't matter what rank they were in. He was an E8. He would go up to O4s and chew them out for things like that, and for being stupid. And he could go up to the XO and chew them out. Captain, you're going to be a little bit more polite, but still he's going to get chewed out. And that's what that kind of reminded me of, was her ability to go up to the engineer and chew him out for something, even though it's not exactly medical related. There's really nothing he could have done about it anyway. And that hit home to me.
Well, the fact that it was public made it even better.
Right, yeah. I mean,
I think the whole issue that it's a personal matter kind of just like supersedes any protocol, any...
Right. Plus, you don't want to piss off your doctor. either. I mean, he might decide that you don't need. He might decide, he or she might decide you don't need the really good pain drugs next time. She'll give you. He'll
You
give
might
you
want to
the
have sex again
weaker,
with
the
Tala.
weaker
and-
generics. Yeah, I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
you want Tylenol or Tylox? I tell you, one is much better for pain than the other. It's like-
Well, and between John's sex injuries and Malloy's, Gordon's food injuries, it gets better and better. You know, but like I think she probably sees the two of them more than she sees anybody else.
Yeah, and in my experience in the Navy and Star Trek actually did not do this justice, and I think Darren might agree
You were
with
in
me.
the Navy,
There are-
Joe?
I'll tell you that story later on. There's two people on your ship who you absolutely do not want to piss off. Darren said one of them. The other one is your yeoman.
right, because he handles your pay.
Exactly. That's something they didn't show you in Star Trek.
Yeah, he can bleep with your pay. That's another thing. Okay, since we were talking about pay for a moment, the Kelly explaining that their synthesizer revolutionized their whole culture. The fact that now all of a sudden there's no more personal need for personal
They're
things. and
past the
belongings.
great need or something like that.
I give them credit for trying to explain that, but it still doesn't, because who initially made the synthesizers? That had to have been a corporation. Had to have been because
Yeah.
so it doesn't explain everything.
Yeah.
I'll take that
And,
over Star Trek Discovery's explanation.
Right, yeah. But I mean,
Wait,
I
what
don't
was Star Trek Discovery's explanation?
About what the synthesizer uses to synthesize everything.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Well, they did that on Enterprise. They said that they said it on Enterprise too. But I mean, they went a step further just to make it gross. I mean,
Well, they also explained it in the technical manual for TNG also, how
Yeah.
waste is being recycled.
Right.
So now Daleks explained he didn't like this, but I'm going to open to the chat and to the rest of you. What did you think of Lysella's return? Of how she got back and her interaction? Basically, she's us in the world of Orville. If you think about it, what did you think?
Personally, they kept mentioning that John would be happy, and then we just never saw almost no interaction between her and John. So
I think that was meant to be like a little joke between them. PJ, what about you, bud?
Yeah, I think it was a joke.
I think there's obviously she's intended to continue on into season 4. So I think that they're gonna there's that interaction with John is always going to be there. Let me just say too, is anybody else waiting for that blue luminite to come and lure John away from the camera? That's a good background, John. Yeah, I actually it did not surprise. It surprised me a little bit, but not so much because Majority Rules was one of their most powerful episodes. As far as people who've rewatched Majority Rules, it's been very popular, and I think it's interesting. It also reflects what our present day Earth might be like. So it kind of makes sense that they would revisit that planet and that whole situation.
Yeah, I mean, but what about Brady Sporks? And since you felt left out.
Well, you left me out, Brevin. So,
yeah.
I'm kind of glad they did revisit that episode. I'm glad they took a different tack with it. They didn't go down to the planet more than just to take the supplies down and to get her. So from that regard, it was a different storyline for this episode from the prior one. It was more of a continuation. I mean, she was the only one that saw the ship in the first one, and it's understanding that.
Yeah, to answer this, they actually did. I mean, they've got a lot of stuff going around with a lot of people and things like that. So I mean, especially when they're doing other things and everything like that. Like, unless they
want to be careful, especially going to a planet, that isn't part of the
union.
Oh,
yeah, but like when she got onto the shuttle immediately, the red lights and everything like that went off, and when they discovered the comm scanner.
Well, I
Which
think
is a
they
good
were
detec-
purposely looking this time.
I think they were purposely at the same time testing her.
Yeah, that could be. But
Like
they
after,
didn't want any of the technology leaving, so I think they
yeah,
purposely looked for it. It reminded me of a TNG episode with what's his name from the past who pretended to be from the future.
yeah, that
Rasmussen.
that guy,
Rasmussen.
Yeah, Rasmussen. I can't remember
yeah.
the name of the episode.
A matter
But
of time or something
yeah,
like that.
Matter of Time.
Darren, what about you?
What was the question?
What did you think of like basically Lysia's existence in this episode?
Who?
The girl from
Oh,
season 2.
the chick from Planet
Yeah.
Twitter. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, forget her name. Well, it was a callback to one of their best episodes. I think that's why she was there. And I do get a little bit of a Charlie vibe. Having somebody from a planet that's basically the same world as ours, only a little more screwed up, is a good idea, I think, to have. So if they carry on with her, I'm kind of hoping they do, because we're gonna learn more about the Planetary Union through her questions than we would otherwise. They have
That's a
to,
good point.
you have to have a character on. One of the things that so frustrates me about shows like Star Trek sometimes is that you have characters that should know the answer to the question, asking the question anyway for our benefit, so that it can be then explained to the audience. Like Geordi coming on the bridge. Why would these anthropologists need a power generator capable of so many watts? And then somebody says, well, they need it for X this and Y that, and then they figure it out. Oh, they need a hologram generator. Yeah. It's little moments like that.
There we go.
And yeah, and yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why they brought her back, just because that episode was a memorable one and is one of the ones that
Yeah.
really, I think, a lot of people held that up. It's like Discovery could be doing stories like this, which is what Star Trek always used to do. Come to a planet which has something in common with today's social or political climate, and then do a story about it. Kind of like in the original series when the Enterprise, went to that planet that was at war with another planet, but the whole war was being run by computer, and people had to go to termination. Taste of Armageddon. Sorry, I'm terrible with the names. Yeah, or
Yeah.
There's been other ones, of course, as well. That's what it harkened to, and so I think that one thing you cannot say about this show Orville is that it hasn't been tight in the continuity. And it's one of the things about shows like Star Trek that always kind of frustrating is they would visit these interesting planets and we'd never hear from them again. We never heard again from about the Dyson sphere. We never heard again about Armus, the
Scotty.
skin of evil.
Where did he go?
And what?
Like Scotty, Scott is alive in the universe.
Exactly. Yeah, and so this show, calls back to other episodes at least once an episode. I mean, it's pretty marvelous that they do that, because it helps maintain a cohesive world that you feel like you're visiting when you watch the show. A lot of other shows don't do that.
I got to bring up something that I want to bring up something Gorilla brought up in the chat, and I think you highlighted it a minute ago, where he said, "How didn't they know?" Yeah, that kind of leads me to believe that the Orville has really bad storekeepers.
Oh, they do. Like, the thing is, it's like when you have as many replication devices around, I think that, and the fact that everyone on the ship at that moment is Union, right? If she needs to get off the ship, who's she going to need? The Union, right? And she's one person. I do not think that they were expecting her to basically download or do as much as she did. Because if they were going to look after her, and why would they look basically for a fancy iPad? But Dalek, you started to say something?
Oh God, sorry. I think I might have, but I think
Well, one thing I think they goofed up on is they should have been alerted to the fact that she was downloading this information.
An illegal download?
Yeah, because you know they knew Topa was accessing information.
Right.
I know that was secured information, but she doesn't have much access probably to
But
things like that.
that's going into my theory that they left it open as a test.
Yeah, they even knew that it was Claire's son who got the paint to write, murder her on, in the first episode. So
because as soon as the alarms went off, they, without looking in her bag, they said, like, "Sir, give me the comm scanner." They knew exactly what it was.
They knew it because she had stolen one before. The first time. That's how she was able to contact them. But I think everything she downloaded is just public domain in the future. I don't think she downloaded anything secretive. That's the whole Union philosophy.
A civilian
with
much access? Yeah, Bird of Prey, I think you're onto something there. It shouldn't be public access like that, but it is.
Well, but then that flies in the face of their whole, whatever they call it, their prime directive.
Yep.
To begin with.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think. Go ahead.
So just move on a little bit, okay? So after Isaac and Claire begin to get ready for the wedding, we have, in my opinion, what is the most funniest scene of it is Isaac invites the entire Kalon art to the wedding.
Well, now see, I'm kind of confused by that because when I watched that initially, I thought he was just inviting the leader, and then the leader invited the rest of the race.
He said, "Are you inviting everyone?"
No. It was an open invitation. It was an open invitation to all of them.
Well, Prime asked Isaac if he could bring everyone, basically.
He said all
Isaac
units.
said yes.
Yeah.
All units.
I have a problem with this because it's
that was absolutely awesome.
It's hilarious.
But what I think would have been funnier is if they had some enemy somewhere plotting to attack the Orville, and then all of a sudden, they keep and then all of a sudden they're about to attack, and then all those Kalon ships show up like, well,
4,000.
That would have been funny, Darren.
Guys, I think that might actually be something else that you didn't realize. We now know how many ships the Kalon have.
Well, no, they did say they left a small, they left a small defense, retainer on planet Kalon.
We have 4,700 ships. That's still 4,000.
As members of the Planetary Union, they can also rely on the Planetary Union fleet to defend them for a short time while all their ships go to the wedding.
Yeah. But like that was absolutely hilarious, and all the ships were. Like when it's like, oh, we'll send transmission. All the ships turned into the Orville. Like, the ships are literally watching the wedding.
I would love to have seen Timus crying at the wedding. They should have had Timus there.
I like that the
emotional
Kalon ships all are basic shapes. Like, it's reminiscent of the Borg with their cubes, only these are like eyeball donut things. And they remind me of the eyes of a Terminator.
So two words. Stripper Isaac.
Yep, that's what I was about to bring up.
Oh my God, here we go.
I didn't care for that.
That was
hilariously bad.
That was great. That made me crack.
Was that better or worse than Elvis Bordus?
Now, I thought that was hysterical.
I thought it was
I had to pause it because I was just laughing so much at
Elvis.
This whole thing. cringe beyond belief. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought it was hysterical.
Oh, come
Well,
on.
that
The
Clyde's-
Kalon nipple tassels were hilarious.
Nah, I didn't care for
Hey,
that.
and then
No,
when-
I
you know,
hated. I
Claire
hated
got
that.
upset because
I hated that. Oh,
Isaac
God.
wanted to go, have a fling or something, and then she's okay with the stripper.
Well, wasn't that a simulated
And-
Isaac?
It was
Yeah,
a
Well,
Yeah,
how would
stripper.
she? How would she feel if Isaac made a simulated Claire?
Right.
I don't know.
Another
It's
thing I
that'd
hated
make a
about
good
that whole
plot
thing.
element.
Another thing
I don't think she would like that.
Dalek?
Hold on, Dalek, you're saying?
Another thing I hated about that was they did that stupid trope of all the girls are in the time of their lives, the boys are suffering.
No, the boys weren't suffering. It's just
Yes,
that
they
it's-
were suffering.
Clyde was having a great time.
Yeah,
It was still funny.
Only
It
Clyde
really
did
was
that.
funny.
And the rest of us were just laughing like everything.
Yeah.
Portis doing Elvis, that was just
Well,
hysterical.
But you get what?
Clyde, calm down.
Look! You get what I mean. You see the boys are just sitting there. They're bored stiff, and then the next. And then
It was funny.
Dalek, you're right. You're
By the
right.
way,
It's like the whole just female fantasy
Sick
thing.
of
Right?
crap like that. Why can't the boys have the good stuff for once?
Because their party was planned by a robot.
Hey, Moira. Good to
No,
see you, girlie.
that
Well,
party
It
was planned by Bortis.
planned by Portis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
And
So,
that's
like,
why it
this-
was
robot.
funny. That's why
Yeah,
it was
and
funny.
guys, did anyone know that Clyde was actually dressed like Charlie Sheen?
Charlie Sheen
Yeah.
from what?
Hey,
Hey, Maria.
PJ, do you have a picture of the bachelor party with Clyde?
No, but I can find one.
Please do.
I will do. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Just a heads up, in about 3 minutes, I got to get going.
Yeah, we'll be ending this in about 13.
I got to go get my car inspected. Yay.
Yeah,
For
as
drugs?
we all know, Tokyo Checker needs to get his car inspected because his insurance no longer covers damage by Godzillas. So he has to get it. Yeah, he has to get it done by a new person. Now the problem
Godzilla's
is,
plural.
yeah, Godzilla's, because we've seen the 1990s cartoon. There's now more of them. Well, we also have Mecha Godzilla. We've got Octo Godzilla, Space Godzilla, King Godzilla, Future Godzilla. It's a whole insurance claim thing.
From two
Revan
different eras,
Godzilla?
too.
Yeah, Revan Godzilla. That's the thing. Dalek Godzilla. That was weird.
What?
Godzilla 94.
That would be weird.
Well, if it's attacked by
Yeah.
Godzilla, it's an act of God. But if it's attacked by Mecha Godzilla, that's an act of man.
That's an act
the-
by Toad. That's an act.
Only
an
if
act
the
by
version of
Toyota.
Mega Godzilla you're talking about was made by men. Some of them are made by
So-
He was also
Wow.
made by Zillions and things.
What
Shut
did
up.
you think of the wedding ceremony itself? Like the ending scenes, the ceremony, and everything.
It was all right.
Well, I think the Kalon were hysterical. I mean,
The
they all sat
Kalon were
down in unison.
hysterical.
They all stood up in unison. They clapped in unison, and
I'm going to say something weird. It reminded me of going to a Catholic church. Because
Well, Hollywood, yeah.
Because it was outside. Reminded
No,
me
no,
of
no.
Bohemian Grove.
the rule of thumb, when you're going to a Catholic church, because a lot of them are big, is if you don't know what to do, just follow what the person in front of you is doing. So that's what it reminded me of. Everyone doing everything at the same time. It's just like, I could imagine my gran standing there. It's like, Gran, why are you standing up? That man stood up. He's leaving.
Also, I thought Ed did Kirk's wedding speech pretty well too.
John, get out of my head. I was just going to say that, too.
Tokyo,
Yeah,
you've
you did a
left your
good job.
back door open. We can all get into your head.
This is true.
Yeah, but
that's
there.
what lack of sleep does.
Yeah. Okay, so the Time Prophet says Klein is supposed to be male now, but always acts female. Yes.
That's why he had to be chased.
Yeah. So here's the dress uniforms. Bortus's speech was just weird. Anyway, like just kidding or something like that.
You've killed everybody. You've betrayed all of our trust, and thousands of people died because of you. All kidding aside.
All
Yeah,
kidding
the whole-
aside.
The whole yeah, exactly. The whole time,
Well,
it was
he
just
thinks
like
he's
oh,
funny.
the
but
whole
he's not.
time it was just like, shut up, Bortus.
That was the
Like
point.
Mercer said, it's going to be a disaster. It's like, you know.
And then,
Oh yeah, that was great.
Contrasting
Although-
to Gordon's speech.
He sang pretty good at his concert thing. Then all of a sudden acting like he couldn't sing. He singing Elvis. He should never ever try that again. But I thought he sang pretty good in that one episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Tale of Two
But
Towers.
there he is, DC. He's dressed exactly like Charlie Sheen.
That's awesome.
They're playing with the geese today.
Where? What?
On the right.
Yeah, he's on the right.
Clyden.
Oh,
Yeah, Clyde.
he's got like a bowling shirt on. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's not any bowling shirt. That's the exact color bowling shirt that Charlie Sheen used to wear in 2.5 Men.
Wait, I'll give you the close up of Clyde in 1 second.
Yeah.
I never watched 2.5 Men, so I wouldn't know.
You are a blessed man. What does that
Yes,
feel like?
yes, but
Seen,
Clyden
like,
looks
2
more like the
episodes of it.
Kathy Bates Hell episode. Like when Kathy Bates was playing Charlie Sheen's character
Hey,
from
Orville,
The
good
Dead.
to see you, buddy.
Welcome,
Guys,
Margaret.
just a reminder, please hit that like and subscribe. Because it does help. And don't forget to vote in the poll, who currently the poll is standing at. Did you like the episode? Yes, 30%. No, 13. And Potato Revan isn't really Irish, I bet. At 57%.
He just thinks he's Irish.
I think I'm Jamaican.
There you go, Potato.
There it is.
Yeah, it is a Charlie shirt.
Yeah, it
Ah,
is Charlie
okay.
Sheen for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yay! Sorry, I get really into it. I don't know. I'm really starting to like Clyden.
I noticed also that Clyde seems to be overall more cheerful now than he was before. So he's overcome a lot of his own difficulties.
Yeah.
Well, and he even said, like, I like that I have to change. Like that was very profound. And we see him taking strides and eating crow and, you know, doing what needs to be done to humble himself and fit in with everybody else here.
Yeah.
Although
I
they
gotta
did
run
slip.
now.
Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I gotta go.
Okay.
Spuds, thanks for having me, buddy.
No worries, man. Our next stream, we will
Okay.
see you then. And
I hope
go make sure that you fight for the rights of all Pokemon everywhere.
Gotta catch them all.
Just say they're their best.
It's BJ. Good to see you again.
Good to see you,
Dalek,
Tokyo.
Good to see you guys. Good to see everybody here on the panel. Everybody in the chat, thanks for stopping by, and I will catch you guys later. See ya.
See you later,
Talk
Tokyo.
to you
Later.
later, Tokyo.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, but
Clyden and Bortus did slip back into normal mode in the previous episode where they're trying to crack nuts.
yeah.
And
That
then
was funny.
What's her face shows up and just squeezes it for
Hey,
him.
where is our equal representation
Allah.
where we see Claire in tassels?
Oh, okay. I do though. As far as the nut cracking goes, though, I know how annoying that is when you want to use the little gadget or tool because you know that's what it's for, and then somebody just comes along and does some cool trick or something, and yeah, it's just like, seriously, that's not the point. I wanted to use the damn tool, but yeah.
And that's
Well,
why
I'm just
they
gonna-
didn't need
I'm
it
just gonna
whole,
say
like some
something because
people
I was
complained.
I was just
What bothered
thinking
me
about-
was he kept grabbing a fresh one from the bowl after the ones kept popping in the air. It's like, no, you grab the one that you just, but
Yeah.
it's a show. So
like, you know what? It would be absolutely hilarious if a Dalek, not you Dalek, I'm saying a Dalek because I was looking at Dalek's icon, right? If a Dalek just came out on stage behind Isaac with little tassels on it, but the tassels were on all the little roundy things.
they'd have to.
I
Pay,
heard that.
They'd have to pay what's his face, Alex Nation, I think is what his name is, or whatever.
Terry Nation.
Terry Nation to use them. Which
Yes, Terry Nation.
I'm sure a deal could have been cut.
Or the nation is state now.
Yeah.
Revan, I can hear now. I can hear now. Extrapolate.
Please insert my quarters. I will go grinding. But yeah, so going like now Claire and Isaac are married, and do you think that Mercer and Kelly are actually back together, like properly, or do you think they're going to give it another the old college try?
I don't think so.
No, they were just emotional in that moment. But I think if the series goes on, we will see it.
If you mean when, there is no if.
When the season or when the series moves on, yes, like it's too big of a hit not to keep going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Too many people are fighting for it, and Disney doesn't hate money that much.
Look, guys, with 5 minutes left, I think and so many of us here, I think we should shield ourselves and wrap this thing up because I need to go and huff air. And that. So, Dalek, buddy, do you want to shield yourself? Before we go on.
Okay, sure. I do. Well, I do have a channel, just simply called Dalek451. That's easy enough to find. I do hangout. I do mostly hangout live streams. I sometimes do reviews, and recently
for what Dalek calls hangouts is open lines for the rest of us. We just call different things in Little Circle Dalek.
Is that the proper? Is that the proper term for open lines?
Yeah. Hey there, Miss Martin Mills. It's good to see you, girlie. Everyone, go and subscribe to Miss Martin Mills. She has so many good streams. If any of you want to learn anything about Lord of the Rings, just go back and listen to her entire series talking about the books. She will make you laugh. There was a part of one of her streams. I won't spoil it for you. But we turned the stream of her talking about Melkor into an X-rated stream for about 20 minutes.
Huzzah.
Yeah, we did. But, Dad, go ahead.
As I was saying, yeah, I do. Well, as Revan said, open line streams. I sometimes do reviews. Recently, I've been trying to do a few tribute, what I call tribute live streams to, some great people that we've lost recently. Like for example, Nichelle Nichols, obviously, which I've not. And I might be live again sometime next week.
Nice. Orville.
Oh, sorry.
No, I thought you were finished. Go ahead.
And if you want to reach me, you can find me on Discord or Twitter.
Yeah, same name. That is in the Baked Stream Potatoes Discord. The link to that will be under this video. If you need to get to him, you can go via that Discord. He's a great guy. Go check him out. The man who needs no introduction. PJ, you want to show yourself? I mean,
Well, I by the way, I just want to say hi to Geek Hero Bubba because I don't think we've streamed together before. So nice to meet you.
Oh man, this has been great, man. It was nice to meet you officially.
Yeah. So the only thing I have to say is that on Sunday, Latchcombe, we have, I think it's set like 5 Eastern.
Yep.
6 Eastern. No, I think I gotta check the times. But on Latchcombe Sunday, we will have the visual effects supervisor, Brandon Fayette from the Orville. So that should be interesting. And we're going to ask him if we're going to hopefully we'll be able to find out if those sets are still up. So thank you for the invite, Potato.
No worries, man. Thank you for having me on your show. Thank you for coming on.
I'm still waiting for that blue luminite to lure John away.
I think at this stage, Sean is the blue luminite. Like, John's body died like a year ago. His beard is just controlling him now at this stage. Like, John died in the Amish country like about 1400 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, a blue luminite just came and took over, and he's like, I am the beard now. Yes. Hey, Dalek. Look what Time Prophet did for you.
Thank you, Time Prophet. Thank you very much.
We really
subscribe
do
to Dalek.
Brady Sporks, you want to show yourself because you've got the most to show?
What? You said me.
You just skipped over Bird and John.
I'm going back to Bird. It's just I realized you
mentioned Bird's name.
Okay,
what
then.
Kind of host
Bird.
are you?
Hello world, it's Birdo5. Check out www.birdo5.com. Links to my YouTube channels and a whole bunch more. It's the easiest way to find me. We stream almost every day, and I think I'm going to be doing an Orville video this upcoming.
Awesome.
Fantastic. John?
I just put your link in the chat, Bird.
Bird's got his marketing down better than anyone on YouTube.
Thank you.
His personal branding.
You're welcome.
On my channel on Saturdays, usually at 9 p.m. Eastern, I host a Star Trek themed Jeopardy with a board designed by Professor Brady Specs. I put the link in for tomorrow's episode. If you'd like to join us, test your Star Trek trivia knowledge with other nerds, take contestants from the audience. So we'd love for you to check it out.
Fantastic. Brady Sporks, what about you?
I just want to say John does some other great videos on his channel as well. Uploads. He did one today for the Orville, so go check that out. Along with being John's co-host on Saturday nights for Jeopardy, I'm also on A Question of Trek on Sundays. We are on a bit of a hiatus right now, 4 weeks, so we'll be back on September the 4th. For our next episode, that'll be at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Would love to have you there. We do take people from the audience sometimes to play on the game. We do also have people that come on that are invited. If you want to be on, get a hold of Continuum Trek on Twitter. I'm also on with Robert Knowles, Rambling Canuck, for History with R&R. We have streams every other Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We'd love to have you on as a guest. If you have a point of history that you want to talk about, that you're knowledgeable on, get a hold of me on Twitter or on Discord. We'd love to have you on the show. So we are looking for guests. Do get a hold of me. We also have various other streams. We just had one go up this morning. So check that out on the channel.
Wonderful. Darren?
Name's Darren Wagner, not teen sensation Darren Wagner. That was a joke. I have a channel on YouTube creatively called Darren Wagner.
You're so creative, man.
I've got a couple of series that I whittle at every now and then on YouTube. Star Trek from a Submariner's Perspective is one, and then I've also got a burgeoning trail of Twilight Zone reviews as well. Also have a book on Amazon. My videos mention it typically, so just
fantastic.
Type in my name, and next time you're on Amazon, and you'll find it. And I just want to also sneak this in here, since everybody here obviously has access to Hulu because they've been watching the Orville.
Our Disney Plus in Ireland, the UK, and rest of the planet.
On
or
Hulu,
a really cool bootleg site that I watch everything on.
On Hulu, there is a sequel to the Predator film called Prey that just got released, and it's very good. It comes recommended, so I'd recommend doing yourself a favor.
It's on Disney Plus outside the US as well.
I think it's a I think it's probably it's the second best Predator movie I've seen. And,
Fantastic.
And so, I mean, the first one being the first best one, but
Yeah.
So
Good to know.
So if you want to throw that one in there, do yourself a favor and watch that. And that's all I have for you.
Hey there, Daniel. Oh, everyone, what is your episode ratings? PJ, I'll start with you. What's your episode rating?
I would give this one a 9.5.
Okay, Dalek.
I'd probably give, consider all things considered, I'd probably give this one a 4 out of 10.
Hey, everyone go over onto Forbidden Guards. He's about to stream soon. He is another member of our panel who hasn't seen the Orville. We miss having him on. So yeah. Farm, drop that link. But so Dalek did not like this episode.
Not that much, no.
No, but as we always say here, he is entitled to his opinions, and they will be respected. So we got a 5 out of 10 as well from Gorilla Random Thoughts. Brady Sporks, what did you think?
Well, I put in links for Darren Wagner's channel, his book. I made a tiny URL for it so it would fit into the chat.
Thank you
so
so
go
much.
check out his book, as well as Far's channel. So go check out all of those. Buy Darren's book. As far as the episode goes, I'd give it a 7.5.
Yeah,
it was good. I'm not saying it was a bad episode at all. It was a very good episode, very good character piece episode. And I think they really left things open-ended enough where they can bring it back and still have stories. There's a lot of things that they can expand on, which is good.
absolutely.
Very funny episode. Very funny episode. And it had had the funniest scene of the whole series in this episode.
Yes.
Bort
Great and
Elvis.
powerful bearded one. Please bless us with your knowledge of what number would you give this episode.
I think I would give it an 8 out of 10. That was very funny. I liked the focus on the characters, and plus also the more serious plot line with explaining the rationale between the Prime Directive. I thought that was well done.
Nice. Bird of Prey, what would you give this episode?
He's asleep.
Wake up, bird.
5 out of 10.
Wow.
5 out. Okay. Geek, what would you give this episode?
5 out of 10.
I give it a nice hard 8.
Nice. Darren, how many naval ships out of war would you give this episode?
I'm gonna give it the same. I'm gonna give this one the same rating I gave the last one, but for different reasons. Obviously, I give it an 8 as well out of 10. I don't give out 10s, so it's a pretty doo-dah good episode.
Right, fantastic. Personally, myself, I would give this 8 COVIDs out of 10.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That
I would
sounds
like
bad, actually.
So I'm pretty much in the minority here.
Well, Dalek, the thing is, it's
What?
like your opinion matters as much as we do. We don't want to live in an echo chamber.
Dalek, what did you give it? I'm sorry.
He gave us a 4.
I gave it 4.
Okay.
I gave it a 4.
Bart gave
I
it a
can
5.
see why people wouldn't like this episode.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta go. My phone's at 15%. I'll check y'all later.
Okay, later.
See you later.
Don't forget, guys, go and subscribe to Tokyo Trekker as well. He's a great guy. He's also a member of the Potato Raven family. I would like to thank everybody for watching and listening to me wheezing and dying my entire way through this stream. I would like to thank PJ for coming on. It's an honor to have you on, man. You're a great guy. Go check him out.
Thanks for the invite, but Jeff's got the better background, though.
Oh, That's not background, man. Jeff doesn't have a house. If he goes inside, the bishop will be mad at him. But guys, I would like to thank no. Specs has the best background. But guys, thank you all. Thanks to everyone for watching, for liking, subscribing, watching in the future. I'd like to thank everyone. Dalek, who didn't like this episode, I would especially like to thank you for being such a good sport and coming on to a stream where you're clearly outnumbered in your opinion. I'd really like to thank you for that, man.
You're welcome. You're very welcome, Revan.
Yes. So everyone have a good night. God bless.